Hello, everybody. My name is Biggles Metz. I am your host, and we are starting a whole new campaign of D&D, and it starts today, right now. So it will be called Welcome to Saltmarsh, the Tales of Tabernacle. This is episode 1, the introduction. I will be playing the bard, George Tabernacle, who is also known as the pirate Neal Devore. And now, Skizzles?
Hello, I am Skizzles, and I'll be playing Dink Littlefoot.
Hi, I'm Nathan. I'll be playing the Shifter of Sands, also known as Shift.
I'm Seth. I play Axel Crowe.
Hey! My name's Anthony, aka Hoboken. I play Seifer Crowe.
I'm Jeremy. I'll be the DM for this story for a little while here until I kill everybody. It's kind of the goal here. Or they kill themselves. It's probably going to be a mix of the two.
All right, so go ahead and take it away, Jeremy, as our DM.
All right, so we are playing, using, I should say, the Ghost of Saltmarsh. I have the cool version of it for...
Nope, we're getting a raid from Fearless Drew. Thank you.
So we are using the Ghost of Saltmarsh to throw in some stories and kind of have a nautical pirate-themed adventure. We are in the land of Sharkbite Islands, kind of a homebrew land that I thought up myself here. A little bit of backstory. So the Sharkbite Islands started out as kind of most places that hold pirates and smugglers and those who want to be free. It was home to the exiles and those running from governments and empires and dynasties around the world. Until about 25 years ago, when one of the more close, I would say, empires, the Agrasea Empire, found that there's a beautiful rock, beautiful mineral, beautiful gem that can be mined only in the area here. They stretched their way slowly, first merchants, then a military base, and then pretty much made war upon the pirates and the smugglers and those who deemed this land theirs. And over the course of about 10 to 15 years, the Empire took over, more or less. The place remains somewhat free, but there's a lot of influence. Our characters will be starting, or at least for the moment, in a place called Kraken Port. This is kind of the Tortuga or the Nassau of the Sharkbite Islands. A town. It does have laws. It does have a Lord Mayor. But its laws really only consist of 3 things. No blatant murder, money talks. The third one is kind of not really there, but there's, kind of an unspoken third one. Kind of an honor code, similar to, we'll say, motorcycle biker gangs, where you just don't attack each other. You just keep the streets clean for the most part. But if nobody sees you do it, nobody cares either. So our adventure starts at some point in the night. All of our adventurers here have made their way to the Pickled Parrot, kind of a rowdy pirate-like bar, and have come into drinking with a beautiful human woman. Her name is Lolly. Whatever reason your character would be sitting at a table, maybe she invited you over, maybe you walked up to her, she'd be sitting by herself at some point, maybe with a deck of cards. Each of your characters had a reason to talk to her. She gives you a drink, you play a game, maybe have a conversation, maybe you think something's going somewhere, and before you know it, your night ends. You think you had a great time, and you all... Actually, everybody roll me. We'll start off with, we'll start off with initiative. We'll just,
Ooh.
Give me a second to get the tracker out.
First nat 1 and first nat 20.
Nat 20!
First 2 rolls of the campaign, nat 1, nat 20.
All right. Well, everybody forgot the first rule of Roll20 is click your token first.
Yeah. So I'll just
We all
re-roll and
mess-
then
we
I'll
all
just change it
screwed
to
that up.
5.
Yeah,
I
did
don't
it
know
right.
how to do it, so I have an excuse.
Heck yeah. Nailed it.
Oh
I want to
shit!
keep my nat 20.
Not nat 20.
You want me to reroll?
No, you can, after you rolled, if you didn't click your character, you just click it, redo it, and then put the first number you had.
20. Regular 20.
So Skizzles, click your character, and then, yeah, there you go.
All right, who am I missing?
Axel, 12.
Technically missing George
We
Tabernacle.
didn't say click your characters. That was our fault.
Fair.
Hey, you didn't tell me because I didn't ever have to click one.
You were a DM, no excuses.
Okay.
I've been muted this whole time.
Nice.
That means I was muted.
I said the first rolls of the campaign were a nat 1 and a nat 20, and only my chat could hear me.
Nice.
Dink, you are the first one to kind of come to consciousness as you are splashed in the face with water. You are strapped to the bottom of a cannon, kind of the base, and you are obviously out on the ocean as you can hear the waves crashing against the ship, and you look out and you don't see land at all, either horizon, but you do see about 4 or 5 pirates kind of staring down at you, 2 of which have just splashed water in your face, and these other 4 people who are tied to the mast. What is your first reaction?
So 2 of them are splashing at me, and there's
So
4 that
these
are tied
2
up.
had now empty buckets, but have splashed kind of this group here in the face with water to wake you up. You feel horrible, horrible hangover, headache. You effectively have sickened condition or poison, I guess, in 5th edition.
You said the other 4 are tied up.
Yep, and they kind of seem to slowly be coming to as well.
Ping the ones that are tied up.
Can you not see?
There, are you in stream? Are you in Roll20? Because it's there, and there. So that's 4.
Yes.
Oh, it's not like. Okay, I figured it out.
Our tokens.
You guys are tied up.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought you meant the other pirate.
No. The maybe soon to be party is tied up.
Oh, gotcha. I'm the first one awake. No one else is.
Yeah, they seem to be coming to. You seem to have kind of realized the situation you're in first.
I'll kind of look around. Damn it.
You notice your weapons, your armor, any loot you had, your gold especially, has already been taken from you. You are basically in your underwear, or you're under, what you'd be wearing under your armor.
I would like to try to untie whatever I'm in.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me. I'll take a stealth roll, unless you're being obvious about it.
I will be doing it stealthy.
Okay. Now you are poisoned, so you will have disadvantage on this.
I can't find it on roll 20 then, or whatever it's called.
14. All right. You feel like you're being pretty stealthy. Now roll me. We're gonna do an athletics. We're doing opposed athletics from the rope tire. All right. Well, a 5, not quite. You loosen them a little bit, but they you think the cannon that you're kind of tied to is probably getting in the way. You don't quite have the range of motion as you would if you were maybe on a mast or a smaller attached to something small. So you don't quite break yourself out.
Okay.
Seifer, I believe.
Oh, and I giggled nervously.
Oh. So it's my turn.
Yes, you come to, you hear some giggling behind you, and there's a gnome strapped to the back of a cannon. And you are attached to the mast with 3 other people. There is a pirate standing over you with an empty bucket. You're assuming the water that just splashed in your face was what was in that bucket. And then there's a couple other pirates kind of above looking down. at the
I
wall.
wanna look to my left and right. I wanna see what I see.
Yeah, just pretty much what you see here in the photo. If you're looking out on the horizon, ocean. So
I mean like
rather
the
clear
full
day.
density, my bad. Like where I'm tied up, I want to see like who's like tied up with me to kind of see if I recognize anyone.
Yeah, that would be roll me a history.
Click the B.
Yeah, just click the B.
Did it roll?
You don't know names specifically, but you do know this is a tabaxi. You think you saw this person at the Pickled Parrot, but you're just, dude, your head is in so much pain, throbbing. Again, also the poisoned condition. Looks familiar. Now, I guess the question would be, I know the two of you have not seen each other in a long time. Do you think you would recognize?
No.
Okay. So the person kind of hear from you. Familiar again, but you just can't quite place. You don't know if it's the raging headache or the extreme confusion, one of the two. But they both seem familiar to you in some way. You're pretty sure the tabaxi you saw last night partying, maybe even partied with them. And the other person just has one of those faces that you swear you've seen before. What would you like?
Outside the game real quick, is Bardic Inspiration a bonus?
Would be a bonus action, yeah.
I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration for the people I can see. The ones that are tied up with me.
Okay.
I'll use it to the...
One person at a time.
Hold on. I'll use it to the person to my left.
Okay.
Which should be the green. Yeah.
Perfect.
And I'll... Let's get out of here. Then I'll use Mage Hand to try to untie myself.
Okay. If you are trying to do it stealthy, roll a stealth first.
Disadvantage, right?
With disadvantage, yes.
No, the stealth is if he's untying with a mage hand that's invisible, that's still disadvantage.
Well, if all of
the
a sudden...
Sorry.
Yeah.
That is not...
That would have been nice.
Would have been nice. 11.
Does Mage Hand have a somatic component? So it'll have an S next to it. If you click it, it should throw it in roll 20. Yes, you cannot cast this spell since your hands are tied.
Ooh.
You don't have the range of motion to cast anything that has a somatic component since you are also restrained.
Then I'll use the cannon. How was it like positioned?
As if it was just to shoot straight out.
So he's tied to the bottom of it or the top?
Yeah, he's tied to like the base.
I want to use telekinetic. Nope, can't use it. I'm just gonna try to untie myself.
Okay.
Thinking too hard here.
It actually should be sleight of hand for trying to get yourself out of rope, as I correct myself there. Yes. Not quite. You think a lot of it, what has to do is the fact that there's ropes that go around all four of you, and that you guys are tied individually and then tied together. Axel Crowe, you wake up probably a little bit quicker due to the fact that there is a gentleman, again, looks, again, kind of one of those faces again, you're like, I've seen this guy before, but you can't quite place where. Runs his shoulder into your shoulder, moving a little bit. You are waking up, looking forward at a gnome that is tied to the base of a cannon. Raging headache. You can't see too much behind you, but you can hear some pirates murmuring about, oh, they're starting to wake up.
I'm gonna wake up with my eyes slowly going, stop pulling! Stop yanking at me. I look down at the rope, the mast. Again. I'm gonna look over to the gnome I see in front of me. I got you too, huh? I'm looking around for anything around me. Can I see any of the guards or pirates from my position?
You can kind of. It's kind of tough because you are, tied down, but you can definitely tell that there's one here and one here. And you know there's more behind, but those ones you can actually get an eyeball on.
I'd like to get a side eye on Green and
Okay.
telepathically say, release them, in a little bit of a disguise to my voice.
Okay. Is that spell or like an ability?
It's my feet. It's telepathic. I can just talk to anybody I see within 60 feet in their head.
Okay. Okay. The green one.
And then I'm going to come around to the other guy on the bottom and say, Green one looks like he wants to let them go. Better keep an eye on him.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh, oh wait, those
Natural
don't matter.
20.
Those don't matter anymore. It's based on your number.
Still 26 is a good
Plus
number.
6. That's something.
Hey, I'm convinced and I'm not even there.
So the blue guy looks over at the green one and he goes, "Do you know this lot?" It's like, "No, I saw him when we dragged him onto the ship. Why?"
Release them. Goes into the Green's head mind again. Untie their ropes.
And he walks over to you and he kicks you in the head.
Does he know I'm the one doing it?
I mean, you're the one looking at him.
Release them? Okay.
Let's see. You don't have any armor or anything. So an 18, I believe, would hit.
Ooh.
So with the 10. No, I have dexterity, never mind.
Just take 5 points of damage as he kicks you in the head. And he goes, "Was that you? Are you saying things? You think I'm going to release you?"
I just woke
This
up.
guy.
Did you not just see me?
Watch this one. I think this one might have
hold on.
some
I didn't do this. My hands are tied.
spells. I'm not sure if it was him. Could have been this one here. And he kind of like looks over at
Me.
this guy. He goes, "But one of them is trying to get into my head." The blue guy looks over and he goes, "Right. Because it's probably not the drink from last night either." And they kind of argue back and forth. Before the other two awake around you, Seifer, this guy kind of standing there, he's actually a Goliath, not wearing too much, very lightly garbed. And goes, "All right, you idiots. Step back. Get away from the prisoners. Well, looks like most of you are up. Welcome to the tier of Hades. It's your new home. You're pirates now, if you didn't get that. So you got a couple options. You can be useful to us, or we can just throw you over the boat now. It's been a while since we keel-hauled anybody. It's always fun to watch. If you don't know what that is, it's quite the treat. I'll give you a few moments to wake up your friends and decide amongst yourselves if you're walking the plank, scraping the barnacles off the bottom of our boat, or becoming a pirate. Wake the other ones up." And these guys kind of jump down.
You're gonna pass, right?
I mean, if you become part of the crew, you do get there are benefits to that.
Kind of.
You get awoken kind of by a swift kick to the ribs, and there's two pirates kind of standing over you.
Me?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. Shift thinks you were a little bit prettier last night. Tied up. Just kind of gaining my bearings and looking at who's kicking me in the face. Jeez. Watch it.
Yeah. What am I watching? He kind of kicks you again.
Kind of
Goes, "What
get
are
onto
you
my,
going to do about it?"
I just kind of get onto my knees and sit. Well, not much, I guess.
Good. Same thing. George Tabernacle, you get a swift kick to the ribs, and you are awoken by a couple pirates kind of staring down at you.
So first thing I want to do is see if I recognize any of them.
Roll me a history.
Is it disadvantage because I'm poisoned, or?
Yes.
Okay. Nope, it didn't work. Okay. 17.
With a 17, you kind of heard that last little bit of the Tear of Hades, and you know that this is a pirate vessel. You know the captain is Captain Irving Whale-Eye Withers, but the actual pirates who are standing in front of you, no renown enough to know every individual pirate on the ship. Although you know this giant Goliath who's standing here is his first mate, Caldor Drum. And those are kind of the things you recognize off the bat.
All right, so
once you hear the name of the ship.
The first thing I'm going to be is, Caldor Drum, why am I tied up here?
Why would you not be?
Do you not recognize me? I've done plenty of business with your captain.
Right. And who would you be exactly?
Neal Devore, world-class smuggler. And also the captain of the Blue Eyes Bagels.
Oh, that shitty ship.
Yes.
You think you're the
that shitty ship?
Where is it? Wasn't in dock. You're a captain without a ship at the moment.
Well, yes, because I'm trapped on your ship. Or your captain's ship, I might say.
I've heard that one before. Well, now that you're all awake, you know what? Let them loose. And they go through and they cut you all loose. And you guys feel, the blood circulate back into your hands and feet and things. And you all stand. They all are still kind of gathered around you. You can see, that they definitely have weapons. Again, you are pretty much in nothing but your underwear. And he goes, right, now that you're all here, the other ones have heard my proposition. I'm sure you have as well. You have a couple choices. You can become a pirate, or you can see if you can swim.
I'm not a very good swimmer, and I'm already a pirate.
Well, that was easy for that one. Is anybody going to follow in his footsteps, or do we get a show today?
I mean, the water looks kind of deep down there, and I don't think I'm the best swimmer.
I'll earn my keep.
All right, that's 3. Tabaxi.
Shift is not one for water. That is for sure. The land is much more suited for me. I hope to see it again someday, hopefully. I guess I'm with you.
But you're going to pay us, right?
Nah, you'll get a fair share of what you're worth.
Well, what if we find some treasure?
The captain will divvy it out as he sees fit.
Oh! I look around at everyone, kind of really excited. Hey, I think I saw you last night.
Oh. Oh.
And Caldor kind of jumps down very easily and says, right. Sorry about the theatrics of all that, but you gotta understand that pirates need to intimidate. We can't have weak ones on this ship. Each of you seems to have a strength. Apparently it's not in the water. So we'll keep you on the boat. Now, to decide if you're any use to us. You, Tabaxi, and you, the little guy. I want you to climb to the crow's nest. Yeah.
Oh, no.
You should
I
have
want
threw
you to
that
climb
one
to
off
the
boat.
crow's nest. The first one to the top will be on first watch. The second one will probably have a ration of rum taken from them.
Wait, who am I racing?
Me!
I will need opposed acrobatics or athletics checks from you guys.
What did I just give Bardic Inspiration to?
Me.
No, me.
To his
Yeah.
left.
It was
It was-
me.
It was to his left. If he's facing out south, it would be me.
What do I have to roll?
Fair enough.
I meant left as in
athletics.
what I can see. So it'd be the cat.
Then it would be him.
Well, I can certainly do that, but can I also use my climbing speed and my my feline agility trait I can double my speed until end of turn, and I can't use it again until I move 0 feet on one of my turns.
Yeah, so go ahead and take advantage on the acrobatics then. You're all still poisoned, so technically Dink
Just,
would have
just a first.
disadvantage. But
So
it'll
just the first roll?
yeah,
So Skizzles, you have to roll again then,
Why?
and take the
because
lower
you
because
have
you're still poisoned.
disadvantage.
Oh. So he has 13?
He actually has 17.
Yeah, his first roll canceled it.
I thought he had disadvantage.
Well, I'm using my ability to move faster.
Yeah, so I'll give him advantage on the roll, which
Plus,
would cancel out.
I have a climbing speed of 20 feet. So, don't know if that helps.
Oh,
What
shit.
the fuck?
Okay.
All right.
17, 17.
Yeah, Shift, you're normally a pretty good climber. You have a natural climb speed, and you have an ability to just kind of get where you need to be. But this little gnome that comes up just uses the ropes and knows exactly where to place footing and which rope to swing on and gets to the top, and you both reach it at the same time.
Look at that fucker go. I just watch as you climb.
I do like one of those side what the heck? Interesting.
And you can hear Caldor and the other pirates kind of laughing at the bottom. He goes, well, that's quite the show. I'll tell you what. Tabaxi, come on down. We'll let the gnome stay up there. His voice is somewhat annoying. But you won't
I
lose
look
a
over
ration
at-
of rum. Yeah?
I look over at Shift and I kind of whisper, I just didn't want to really be that near them, honestly. They can help me go fast.
I'll climb back up.
And he meets you kind of at the bottom of the main mast there, and he goes, what was your name?
You can call me Shift.
Shift? Well, welcome aboard. I got to tell you, I thought that was going to be an easy win for you. But that little bastard is quite spry.
He's quite quick. It's
Yes.
unfortunate.
Well then, I'll have you help with the rigging. You know a way around. All right. Kind of looks back over at the other three who are there. And he goes, you there, captain of a ship that probably doesn't truly exist.
Yes, Drum.
Other than lies, what else are you good at?
Failing. Lies. And more lies.
Ah, good.
And
The
smuggling.
bilge then. It's the bilge then. Have fun. It's quite dirty down there. The other two.
Yeah.
Got one that came in all gussied up and pretty. And one that looked like, well, didn't have a penny to his name. Let's see. And he kind of looks around. He goes, we need a cook. Ambrose is useless.
Is anyone carrying a cup?
No, we don't have
the two
anything
guys-
right now.
No,
the other pirates. The one guy still got the bucket.
Okay. I'm gonna use precipitation on the bucket and turn it into I guess warm and maybe something a little tasty. Hold on, let me see what it does.
It's changing up.
I never really used it like this.
It's an empty bucket
It's
too,
a
though.
flavor. Just a flavor.
Yeah, so
Totally.
it kind of like an aroma
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
comes
Bucket.
out of it.
Lick the bucket. It'll taste good.
Like, hey, try to grab that bucket. I'll pull my hand out and use precipitation.
Oh, all right. One adept at magic. We don't get too many of those. He's like, I'll tell you what. You can hang out with the quartermaster. You can be her aide. She knows her way around magic and stupid shit like that. Does a pretty good job of it. And you hear from the back a voice very familiar to all of you. Caldor, one of these days, me and you, it's just going to be us, buddy. And she turns around, and Caldor turns around. Polly, I hope that day comes sooner than we both would like. And they kind of laugh at each other. Right. Well, then, you're all awake. You all look like you're ready to work. So get to it. Ship's not going to sail itself. Well, kind of does sail itself, but you're going to help it move. And yeah, they kind of start pushing you to certain spots of the ship. Dink, you are at the crow's nest, so I will take 2 perception checks from you. George, you are escorted through the ship, kind of to...
Whoa.
I don't actually have a map of the bilge.
I clicked it 3 times. We'll take the first 2. Sounds good.
But the lower area of the ship, which is kind of the storage, you see some cots and things in the corner, and he points to a little trap door. He opens it up and he says, "Bilge plug is on the other side. Have fun." And you are, lowest part of the ship. You have to kind of crouch in this little area, and there's just a little pump that is keeping the water out of the ship for the most part. Roll me 2 just flat strength checks.
Am I still poisoned?
Yes. You guys will be poisoned for all of these rolls.
That work? I didn't even do a save. I did the regular. Sorry. For some reason, it's not doing the disadvantage correctly. So, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
So a 4 and a 0. I got all the nat ones today.
Okay. Well, you don't do a great job of pumping the bilge, but the pirate shows you to the bilge, leaves the trapdoor open, and you kind of are alone. And we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Shift, you are on rigging. Go ahead and roll me acrobatics or athletics. Do 2 of them with disadvantage.
So before I do this, can I kind of just give a little prayer into my tiger eye amulet and use lay on hands 5 points to negate the poison effect?
Oh.
Because I can burn
Yes.
5 to do that.
Yeah.
So I'll get rid of that, and I'll be like, Shift will show them how it's done. And you said acrobatics, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What came from the perceptions?
We'll come back to that.
Woof. Okay.
Okay. The Crow brothers, let's see, you are sent Seifer to help Polly, who is the navigator. You recognize her as the last person you remember from the tavern. She kind of smirks at you and says, you'll be helping me, I guess. Well, have you ever sailed a ship before?
I've never been on a ship before.
Oh, a landlubber. This ought to be fun. Right. Well, she kind of goes over the basics of it. I'm guessing he sent you over here because you probably some sort of magical power, cast a spell of some kind. He didn't know what to do with you, so he sent you my way.
What does she look like?
She stands about 5'6", red hair, wearing a low cut, kind of regular shirt, kind of baggy pants. Very pretty. Has that kind of rough demeanor about her. You definitely remember her wearing, probably a low-cut dress the evening before. Definitely looks a little bit more comfortable in the kind of more sailor-esque garb.
I'll put my hand out. Seifer Crowe.
She grabs it. She says, "Polly, quartermaster, also kind of navigator."
I'll shake her hand and use mage hand to push her hair out of around the side of her ear.
Okay.
Well.
Huh. Full of tricks, are you? Well, good. I'll give you some advice on this ship. The more surprises you have, the longer the captain might keep you alive. As long as it, isn't affecting him in any way.
You still fancy that drink you had from earlier?
Oh, I had enough to drink the evening before. It was a lot of you that couldn't hold your liquor.
Yeah. The good thing about being a landlubber is when you drink enough, you don't fall off the boat.
Well, you'll learn to drink enough and not fall off the boat here, let me tell you. Captain likes to party.
So what would it be?
Yeah, then she kind of just starts kind of showing you the basic navigation stuff for kind of the rest of the day. Roll me 2 survival checks. You will have disadvantage.
Those are at disadvantage.
Okay.
I think, right?
Well, you can't really do much worse than those. So, yeah. Yeah, you're not really good with directions.
Oh my god.
We talked about that. It's
Oh
Zorro.
my god. I'm Zorro.
Axel, you kind of get sent to do odd jobs around the ship, minor repairs, things like that.
Yep. I know where the
So,
mop is.
yeah, exactly. Roll me. I'll have you do acrobatics or athletics, whichever one you'd prefer. 2 of them with disadvantage.
The
All
first
right.
one.
Going back to Dink, as you are up at the crow's nest, kind of just surveying the horizon, not much really happens. You are, as best you can tell, out in the middle of the ocean. You guys sail and do kind of your daily duties over the course of the next 8 or so hours. Neal or George, what are we? You're Neal, right now?
Yeah, Neal, yeah.
Neal, you make me a perception check as you are down in the bilge, kind of half-heartedly pumping.
6.
You know that obviously you're alone here in the bilge. The trapdoor was left open for you, and you can kind of hear a couple sailors kind of in that lower deck where the bunks are and stuff like that. Is there anything in particular you would like to do?
Since I know the layout of like boats per se,
And you
I've
walked through this boat, like for the most part, you've seen like the main areas. So like you don't really know what's back here, but you can expect, what it might be.
Do I think I would know where like where they would have put my equipment?
It's probably in the quartermaster's area, which is probably this spot here at the back, which is generally locked up.
Which spot? Okay.
The back room on the bottom here.
Okay.
But it is most likely locked.
Okay.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is all one boat that we're looking at, not 3 separate boats?
This is all one boat, so it's going to be
Yeah, there's a
top
lot for me.
deck is where you guys are.
Yeah.
If you go lower, it's kind of the captain's quarters and the officer's quarters, and it's still part of the top deck. And then you have the below deck, and then there's not one of the bilge because the bilge is all of like only 5 feet tall, so it's not. I'm not going to put anything in there, but yeah, this is all the boat you guys are on.
That's good to know, because I was like, why are there 3 boats and why are there only one?
All right, I'm just going to kind of just like prepare myself to get ready to like talk to the captain sooner or later.
Okay.
So I'm just going to continue to half-heartedly like pretend to give a shit about this fucking thing. And that's it for now.
Dink, roll me one more perception check as kind of the dusk starts to set in. All right, roll one more for the disadvantage.
Oh.
You do notice that as the sun starts to set, that the clouds to the west are starting to build. You can't quite tell if it's storm clouds or just kind of how the clouds have shifted in the sky. but it is starting to get dark pretty quickly. There is a point kind of at that same time that you guys do hear kind of a bell get tolled. And Neal, you hear some of the sailors kind of getting up and starting to walk around talking about how it is time for food. And everybody up top, Caldor, will kind of look up at the crow's nest and be like, "Oi, Gnome, come on down. It's chow time." And kind of gather up everybody up on the top deck.
Oh, what are we eating?
Probably some crappy fish stew. Actually, I'll say everybody is. So a couple minutes goes by, and you could tell. So the 12 sailors, the 2 officers, kind of gather up top on deck, and one of the sailors brings with them kind of just a giant, pretty much a giant cauldron, and kind of sets it up. And Polly starts handing out kind of stew to people. It's just a pretty basic fish potato stew. But everybody is kind of gathered. This seems to be kind of like a social hour.
Polly, before you hand that out, do you mind if I take a taste real quick?
Sure. Ambrose isn't the best chef, but it's got some stuff in it. It hasn't killed anybody yet.
So I guess I'll take a bowl and take a spoonful.
Yeah. Polly kind of laughs. She goes, "Yeah, you get used to it after a while."
I'll use prestidigitation.
Yeah, it smells better, but it definitely tastes the same.
It warms your heart when it smells better.
A little bit. Again, we'll see how long you do that until you just kind of get used to it.
Maybe a little entertainment would be wise.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Normally Caldor will get a game of fats going. Maybe one of the lads might sing a tune.
I'll pull out my horn. I don't have anything. You're starting to hear me just kind of patting on stuff.
Okay. Give me a performance check with disadvantage. As he is kind of doing that and everybody has their stew, Caldor also comes around with a mug of ale. And he goes, "This should liven your spirits up a bit." And you guys see, now that the entire crew is here, there is 2 halflings, 3 humans, 1 half-elf, and 1 dwarf, besides Polly and Caldor. Neal, that among them is not the captain. He has not come out yet. You did see Polly go into the captain's quarters with some stew and kind of stay in there for a few minutes. And she will kind of rejoin the rest of the party here.
Okay.
Seifer, you're kind of tapping away, and it doesn't really have a beat to it. You think that, well, for one, it's not really making a loud enough noise for anybody to kind of catch on what you're trying to do with the waves and just the natural noise of the ship and everything. So it's not that you put on a bad performance. It's just not a very loud one. You got one of the halflings is next to you, a little halfling female sailor who looks over and she goes, "You must be one of the new ones. You've got a lot of spirit. Name's Anna Gold."
Hi, Anna. Put on my hand.
She
Seifer.
shakes it.
Seifer.
Nice to meet you, Seifer. Welcome aboard the Tier of Hades.
What do they call it, the Tier of Hades?
Well, supposedly Captain Whale Eye went to hell and back to get this ship. The story, as fantastical as it sounds, supposedly the ship was his father's or his grandfather's, some sort of lineage, and it sunk off in the maelstrom. And he made some deal with the devil, or went to hell, or did something to some epic journey to get it back.
Is there a chair next to me?
There's like a barrel and crates and stuff that everybody's kind of sitting on.
I want to try to use Mage Hand to slide the barrel under me, and I'll jump up and try to sit on it. Really? The depths of hell. It's the boat.
Yes, I think Polly tells the story best. Maybe she'll, if you give up a couple rations of your rum, sometimes she gets a little too liquored up. She's actually quite a good performer.
I'll just get up and leave to go find her.
Yes. Is anybody else doing anything as kind of the pirates are, again, having kind of a social hour?
Yep.
Are we a part of that social hour?
Yes.
They don't really ignore, they kind of ignore you. But you are more than welcome to walk around and socialize if you'd like.
Is everybody drinking?
Yeah, everybody has kind of a ration of rum.
Okay. I want to go with my rum to the table and plop myself awkwardly in between two people.
Yeah. So you plop yourself between, we'll say, Ambrose and the dwarf. Ambrose is kind of a fat, pudgy, short human, still taller than by dwarf standards, but he probably stands about 5'7", 5'8", and he's probably about as wide as he is tall. And he's the cook. He's got a smell of grease and fish to him. And then the dwarf looks over, and they're just talking about, what they're going to do. Supposedly the captain has some big score that they're headed out to. And
I
you
sit
catch
down
that
and
the dwarf's name is Tor.
I want to sit down between them. I'm the shortest one at the table. I wave. Hi, everybody. My name is Dink. Hi.
Yeah, you're the one that was on the crow's nest all day.
Yeah, it was really cool up there. I didn't know really what I was doing, but I was looking around. There's a lot of water.
That's, honestly, the crow's nest is pretty much it. You, if you see another ship, you call down. If you see land, you call down. If you see something that looks like it's not the ocean, you also call down. Pretty easy job.
So when in doubt, I call down, right?
Yeah, basically. And then someone else who's probably smarter than you will double check, and
I just had a quick question for everyone. Why did you roofie me and take me here to hang out with you guys? Because this is kind of fun, but you didn't have to roofie me.
Well, truth be told, it's more fun that way. And with the Empire kind of putting pressure on pirating and smuggling in these parts, you generally wind up signing up more spies if you try to find pirates a traditional, well, I guess this is technically the traditional way, but if you try to just put up a sign that says, "We need pirates," that's stupid.
Oh.
Because really the worst is you die and we get more share of treasure, so.
Oh, so wait. So if just say that if a bunch of you die, do I get more treasure?
I mean, if you're still on the boat, treasure's counted, yeah.
I get a big ass grin.
Ambrose kind of leans over to you, his stench kind of on the borderline of making you want to throw up, and he goes, "You gonna drink your portion of rum?"
I start sipping on it.
Right. And they kind of turn their back to you and continue on with their conversation about, when they get the big score, what they're going to do with it.
Then for the rest of my time, I want to, I lean in, and I'm very interested, and I want to be part of it, but I don't know what to say because I'm fucking socially awkward. I'm like,
Just sitting there nervously laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm clocking Greenie the whole time. Not like staring him down, but I remember the kick to the face. Is he human? What is Greenie?
And
what is he doing?
Yeah, that'll be human. You find out his name is Pollock Mab. He is probably hanging out with the half elf and the other halfling, and they are, playing like a game of dice or bones or whatever, kind of all around a barrel. Think of Pirates of the Caribbean when they're on Davy Jones' ship, the dice game.
Yes.
They're betting dice that way. You find out the other halfling's name is Shep, and the half elf's name is Phelps.
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 What's
your first name? Is it Michael?
Just Phelps.
Just Phelps.
Beautiful.
And they are you being kind of sneaky about it, or are you staring daggers at him?
I'm doing I'm sitting at the table or whatever we're sitting at as the group. I'm like with the crowd.
Okay.
But every now and again I just look over. Just want to see if anything moves. I'm being pretty petty about it. Kicked me in the mouth and it hurt. So it's gonna be with me for at least a day.
You'll see kind of as you tell these guys get to the bottom of their rum ration, and it's this stuff is strong. If it wasn't for the fact that you were already hungover and this is kind of a hair of the dog for you, you think that you would be feeling it worse than you are. You guys got a nice buzz going on, but you can tell this rum is pretty tough to get down as well. And they're feeling it. They're having a good time. And Phelps looks over at you, Axel, and he goes, "All right, you want to get in on this?"
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Pull on over a crate. Actually, he goes, "You know what? Shep, get out of here. You've taken all of our gold for the night." And Shep kind of laughs and picks up a couple gold pieces that were on the barrel. And so it's you, Phelps, and Pollock kind of at this barrel. And he goes, "You ever played dice before?"
No.
No. All right. Well, we'll show you. It's pretty easy. Do you have... you can either roll sleight of hand or just a straight dex roll.
Disadvantage still?
I will say you guys are over the poisoned because you've gotten a little bit of alcohol in your system to combat the hangover. These are theirs. All right. Pollock will win the first round. They didn't bet anything because they're just kind of showing you how the game works.
Okay.
And yeah, it's kind of diced. You flip the cup over and you pretty much take a guess at what you think you got. And, everybody does the same thing. Then you look and it's just kind of, it's almost just like poker with dice kind of thing. You bet against what your hand is and you kind of go around the table. Pollock does take the first round. And they go, "You're new to the ship, so we know you don't have shit. But we'll let you in on a little secret." And he goes, "If you get on Polly's good side, she is our quartermaster, you might be able to get a little bit of your gold back, especially closer we get to town. She divvies up most of what the captain makes, and I know she's got a pouch back there for, a little extra. And, if she likes you, she might give you some. Or you might be able to get some of your stuff back. It's technically the captain's now.
All right.
Now, roll me a sense motive."
Is that insight check?
That's Pathfinder, Jeremy.
Oh, shit. What is...
Oh,
Is it insight?
we'll just call it a
Insight, there we go.
No,
Yeah,
we'll call it a
insight.
natural 20. I don't know what that
Roll insight, yeah.
We're all just like, what?
I mean, it's the same definition, right? Like,
Yeah,
what
It's
do you-
it's the same use. So Phelps has pretty much been the one talking to you. He seems like a pretty social guy. And Pollock, you guys haven't made too much eye contact, but you can definitely tell that he's He's giving the same look to you that you're giving to him. That, like, you know, if he gets a chance, you might get a dagger or something in your back if depending on the situation.
All right.
Shift. What are you doing during social hour?
Well, I don't plan on drinking my ration. Or do
Okay.
I have one? Or was it taken from me?
No, it was not, because it was kind of a tie.
Okay.
So he'd let you keep your ration.
All right. I think, given the reason I think that Polly might have had on maybe a bauble, a trinket, maybe a necklace, something that was flashy, and that's why I was talking to her
Mm-hmm.
last night. I want to go back to her and just kind of like ogle that like piece of jewelry, but also like offer her, if I picked up anything from these other conversations, or you know, maybe she's the one to talk to.
Roll me an investigation as you're kind of just listening.
Sure. That's gonna be great. We'll find out how that goes. Ooh. Okay. Well.
You don't think you get any pertinent information. You know, you might overhear, the game of dice that's playing or the conversation Dink had. So you pick up kind of the same advice that's been given, but you don't think anything that you can, like, persuade Polly with getting on her good side kind of thing.
Got it.
And you do notice that, like, when she comes out of the captain's quarters, she doesn't really have much jewelry on. She's got a couple rings, but for the most part, like the rest of the sailors here, they are, they're kind of in baggier, flowy clothes because you are out in the sun, and that doesn't seem to change. But the rings she has are in nice condition. They're not, big rock diamond. It's like a gold band. That may mean something, and then maybe like a couple smaller jewels on a couple of the other rings. Nothing too gaudy, but definitely a little bit of jewelry on. Nothing that you remember sticking out. You do remember, now that you think back, one thing that maybe started the conversation with her was that she has a necklace that the gem looked like an eyeball almost. You can't quite place, what type of eye, but the jewel she had around her neck was very symbolic of an eyeball.
Hmm.
She doesn't be wearing it now.
All right. So I'll make note of that. But hearing that that dice are being played, I will try and just head over to that area and maybe talk to. They said Shep was the one that kind of got shunted.
Yeah, as you're kind of headed over to the dice game, Shep's kind of walking away, like giggling a little bit, counting the money
Yeah.
that he just won, and you like walk by, and he kind of gives you one of those like, "What do you want?" looks, and kind of continues
Yeah.
walking.
I'll just dip in and be like, "Are you the one with the dice? I had it set myself. I seem to have misplaced it," and I just kind of like pat my undergarments that I'm like, I got nothing.
Yeah. They threw all of your guys' stuff in the quartermaster's room. You generally got to buy it back. I mean, if we're under attack or something, they'll give you a weapon to defend yourself. But until we know you're truly trustworthy, you ain't getting your gear back without some gold. And he kind of the gold he's got in his hand. It's like, you can always win money. I know they're teaching the other newbie how to play now.
Well, I was thinking, and I'll just kind of waft the cup under his nose, like, what is this worth around here? I don't plan on drinking it. Could be yours.
And he kind of looks at you, goes, well, everybody likes an extra cup of rum. And he goes, I'll tell you what, if there was something in your possession before that, obviously I am not going to be able to get you any armor or weapons, but like that dice set, if you think me getting that dice set for you is worth a couple days of your rations, then it's probably shouldn't be a problem. Pretty good with Polly.
Actually, there is a piece of jewelry that I was looking after. It's actually similar to Polly had around her neck last night. It's a small piece of jewelry, about circular, and I'll just kind of motion to like the. I have in my inventory, just so you know, I have a small piece of jewelry worth 10 gold in something of my like homeland.
Yeah.
Might be that, might not be, but it's similar that I would like back. It might also be
Alright.
my focus in future levels,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. You kind of describe this piece of jewelry, and he goes, "Yeah, I'll tell you what. For a week's worth of your rum rations, I'll see what I can do. If I think it's reasonable, I'll make sure you get it back."
I'll slip him that drink and nod. Sounds like a deal.
Right. Nice doing business. And he chugs it real fast. He just throws it back and continues kind of counting gold and seems to start going below deck.
I'll just kind of hang out, listening in, and maybe like looking over the edge.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh boy, hot dog.
Yeah, no, it's dark. You think that I know you probably have dark vision at Tabaxi.
I think so. Yeah.
It's still hard, obviously all you're seeing is the ocean.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell kind of like when that dark vision or normal vision comes in. You think the lanterns that are on the ship are probably messing with your eyes a little bit, but there's really just sea, waves. You think you might see like a glowfish or something way out there, but nothing in particular. Neal Devore, you are slurping down some fish stew, which, as someone who's had experience on ships before, it is not the worst fish stew you've ever had. But it's full of nutrients, and you got a mug of rum in your hand, and, this pretty standard pirating life. You kind of get a social hour before the night crew takes over, and most people head off to bed.
All right. The captain is Russell Will Withers, right?
Irving Whale-Eye Withers.
Irving Whale-Eye Withers. Have I seen him at all since he got here?
No, you have not seen him, and you can kind of tell that it's not uncommon for him to not make an appearance.
Okay.
It doesn't seem, to shock anybody. Nobody's like, "Whoa, where's the captain?"
Okay. Where's Drum?
Drum is going to be down here. He'll be watching the dice game, kind of taunting and being an asshole to everybody playing. Axel, you probably get slapped in the back a few times after like a good round of betting. And, he's a Goliath. This guy stands, 9 feet tall and has a hand probably as big as your head. Yeah, so it's not pleasant. But also, again, he stands 9 feet tall and has a giant axe on his back. So, you take it.
Yeah, begrudgingly just take it.
All right. I walk up to Drum. I offer my rum ration. And I say, "Come on, Drum. You know who I am. I've done business with you before. Let me get my stuff. I will help you out with whatever you need. And I've done it before. I'll do it again."
He takes your rum rash. He's like, well, I won't say no to that. He goes, "Look, pal, you say you're a captain. The name of your ship. I think I've heard of that ship before, but your ship wasn't in port."
It was probably
So
with
what?
Slick Fingers, my first mate.
Yeah, but no captain is a captain if they're not on their ship.
We had a run to do, and I was busy on land.
Yeah, I've heard that one before from so-called captains.
Yeah. So have I.
Yeah,
I have.
and so you know what? How believable that story is. Captain without a ship. I've heard that before. So either, here's what I think: you got mutinied against, and you were going to drink your way to whatever in Kraken's port, or maybe you are a captain, and maybe your ship is somewhere. But now you're here on our ship, and you're one of us until proven otherwise.
Yeah, so I should at least get my stuff.
You got to earn that trust, buddy.
What would you like me to do?
We'll see what happens in the days to come.
All right. I walk over towards Crows. Wait, Seifer Crowe. Walk over to that crow. Hello. I think I recognize you.
You don't look familiar to me.
Aren't you one of those traveling bards?
Your reputation might be a little higher than I thought.
I am also a bard.
Hmm. You don't look... Ah.
That's the point.
You're a sword wielding bard, aren't you?
That I am.
You know, I've been thinking, since it's mighty cold up here just sitting in my skivvies, I'm thinking we at least need to get some clothes around here. What's been going on over there? I've seen that cat. I don't know exactly who that was, but he gave up his rum as I take a sip of mine. What?
Ah, so did I. But I forgot how much Drum is an idiot.
Well, my first mission currently is to find Polly. Really would like my suit back. Mighty nice.
We'll work on that in a little bit. But first, take a look around the boat.
Just kind of look around. I also have dark vision.
This is not a boat where you want to mess around and get yourself killed.
Guess those bards got to stick together, huh?
That we do.
Who was the other two? That weasel, like the piercing, just. And then that other fella, I couldn't see him. I just only heard him.
I haven't got to meet him, but I think one's a gnome. And the other one might be a half-elf.
What?
A half-elf? You know, when a human and an elf get together and they, bump uglies, they make a kid.
Yeah, like my mother and father, of course. I haven't seen too many half-elves around here. Well, what were you guys doing over there?
I was trying to get my stuff back.
Guess that didn't work out very well, did it?
No, it did not. Like I said earlier, I forgot how much Drum is an idiot.
I would like to go meet Drum. Is he still over there?
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's still there. He after that second bit of rum, a couple minutes go by, and he totally knocks over the barrel that they're playing dice on, and so the other sailors are yelling at him, and he kind of gets all pissed off, and he's like, "Whoa, we're playing Whale Eye anyway," and he kind of comes up here and reaches down and picks up kind of what looks like a basketball, like a ball cover, or like a hide ball of some kind, and he starts kind of slathering it up with something.
I'm gonna walk over there.
I
will
also
take
follow.
Perception checks from everybody.
Are we regular now?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mine's 11.
That was a good roll for no additional skizzles. Nice work, Dink.
Okay.
Just throw him overboard.
Whoo.
So you guys have noticed a couple of the sailors have gone kind of like downstairs to bed, and a couple there's still kind of quite a handful up here.
Is Green still
Anybody? Yeah, he is. It looks like he's probably smoking a cigar or something, kind of on the front end of the deck here.
Does he have his mug with him?
He does. He looks like he's still sipping on it.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna want to top this off. The rest of my rum. I just start shaking it.
Yeah, thanks. And let's see, Axel. Oh, that's perfect. As you move up to kind of the front there, you notice something is creeping up the side of the ship.
hell
And
is
as you reach over to him and offer your little bit of rum, it seems that these creatures have crawled up to the top of the ship, and I will take initiatives.
Oh,
Click the
no.
character.
Click your character.
We said it this time.
Fucking shit, I suck
much
at this
better.
shit.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Leo is basically a god. George sucks.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Yes.
I sent you. Well, I didn't send you a private message, but
link those in Roll
Ooh, that's
20
right.
rather than the private chat.
Dink, you will also notice these creatures climbing aboard ship.
I'm going to yell out, "Enemy on ship!"
Perfect. That
Some
one.
weird little shits on the ship.
Yes, as it climbs to the top and takes one attack at you with
How do you
a
whisper?
spear.
Oh no! I'm gonna just get knocked out right away.
Wait, what?
They 12 hit you. So it's basically going to be your dex
Nope.
plus 10.
Uh,
All right. You kind of swiftly move out of the way. Let's see. And that's the only one that's within range from anybody. After that, okay, yeah, Axel Crowe, it is your turn.
So I have no weapons, nothing. Is there any like makeshift weapon near me? Something I can grab? I'm looking around.
Yeah, there's like it's like a peg from the rope that you can kind of use. I'll say it'll do a D4, but you'll have disadvantage because it's an improvised weapon.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pick up the peg and I'm going to swing at said crazy beast. What do I add for my modifier to the attack?
It would just be say strength and proficiency. You'll just take a disadvantage on it. Okay.
Really?
Nice.
Wait, that a roll? That's a roll. Wow, I just rolled double 19s.
That
Holy
will
crap.
hit.
Wow.
So
Wow.
So D4 plus strength.
dang it. 2.
All right.
Just the fuck is this? Just swat it like.
Yeah,
I'm
you
completely
grab a
freaked
peg,
out.
that normally they use to kind of wrap the rope around the ledge. Pick it up and just kind of give the merfolk a good stab. That's kind of what it looks like there. And shift. You hear, enemies on board or whatever, and you see one pop up there, one pop up there. And the other sailors are starting to pull short swords and things like that.
I'll yell to the guy right next to me, like, "You better get us our stuff. You're gonna need our help." And I'll run over to this one and strike at it with my natural claws, which we'll see how that goes. Whew.
That will hit.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. I'm going for a D4 minus 1. Roll.
So you
on-
should just
I don't know how you want to do that, but I'm not very strong. so it's-
we'll do minimum 1 point of damage.
That's nice.
I feel like that's kind of fair.
It's really just me just going at it.
Wait, so your claws are plus your dex?
Keep
They
it
don't
away
have the
from
option of
everybody
dex plus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Neal Devore.
wait. So your claws don't have the option of dex or strength, because I know some other of the
It
classes
says
have it.
strength modifier
Okay.
on D&D Beyond. So
Okay,
yep, that's
It's-
where we're at.
it's my turn.
Yes.
Do I see a rapier anywhere within reach? Whether it's like in like a guy's
roll
scabbard.
me a perception.
Ignore this.
17.
This guy here has a rapier and a dagger.
Throw me a rapier. What's the guy's name in blue?
Dwayne, one of the guys you haven't met yet.
Dwayne, toss me the rapier.
Roll me persuasion.
Son of a bitch. Let's see. Where's persuasion? +5. Fuck. 8.
He laughs at you and goes, "Here's the dagger," and he throws you the dagger.
Are daggers piercing?
Yes.
They are? Okay,
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to be
Nice.
like, that'll do. And I come up to this guy.
That would be your action. You have a movement, so you won't be able to attack. this
That's
round.
fine. I'll move, but do I get a bonus action?
Yeah, you can have a bonus action.
Is this okay? I'm going to use Healing Ward, first level spell. It is a bonus action, to do a 1d4 on on Axel.
So 1 point of healing back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Dink, you are kind of sitting, with this group of pirates, and you look around, and you see a bunch of merfolk that have climbed upon the boat, and there's one directly behind you.
+3, so it's a 4.
That looks a little more armored and has a rapier out itself.
I added it.
You're muted.
Can I try to take the rapier from him?
Sure. You could try to grapple the rapier out. It'll be athletics versus athletics.
All right.
Oh, you don't quite. You kind of surprise the merfolk as you kind of jump at him and grab his sword, but you're not quite quick enough to completely disarm him.
All right.
Seifer.
Where did these guys come from?
They kind of crawled up the side of the ship.
So they're like sea creatures, fish.
Yeah, they are merfolk. You can hear Caldor shouting orders to arm themselves and kind of raise the alarm, bellowing out orders. You're pretty sure that guys that have go below deck will probably be up in a round or two as well to help.
I'm going to use my bonus action to shove this one off. And use telekinetic.
So what are you using?
Oh, I thought that was
How are you doing that?
His
Hold
feet.
on. I thought it was actually all display, and
Okay, there we go.
that should do it. They got to roll a.
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of shove them as far as I can off the boat. I think it's only 5 feet.
Okay, so it is a strength saving throw.
Proficiency bonus.
DC 14.
What's max proficiency?
+2.
+2. Thanks.
Okay.
Going from the cheap seats to the autographs. Papa put a bat in my hand and all he said was the never ever ever rock a Dodger.
Mazza just subscribed.
13, so it will fail. Okay, so it kind of gets pushed off the side of the boat, and you no longer see it.
And then I'll use. Vicious Mockery on this guy.
Okay, is the telekinetic shove a bonus action?
Yeah. Oh, you can see that.
Because it says action on here.
It's because it's part of my.
The shove actually says action.
Oh, does it say action?
Mm-hmm.
So the action is casting it. The bonus action is the shove. Because it's a as a bonus action, you could try to telekinetically shove one creature you can see. But the actual, well, hold on. Let me look it up. I don't know. I don't like the way they word that.
They really did.
It says you learn Mage Hand, and then you can cast it without. It's invisible.
So
and
you
don't
have to
need
cast Mage Hand, and then
then you
as a
can-
bonus action, you can do the shove.
Yeah.
So
Then
I
I'll
believe
do
Mage
it
Hand
this
is
way.
action.
I'll use Mage Hand to put it right in his face, and just kind of go, so he gets pushed off.
Okay, but it still costs both your action and
Yeah, I'm gonna move down to right here.
Okay, perfect. Okay, you see this creature kind of come back up the side of the ship. It did use its movement to get back up, so that is that. And it will attack this guy here. So let's see, what is that for? We'll miss that pirate. And the other merfolk. We'll go down there. Those guys get attacked. And Shift, you are getting attacked
Heck yeah.
by a regular merfolk. Is a 17 hit?
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
have no
Okay.
armor on right now, so we're all
Yeah,
like
it's
10.
up
Right?
13, I think is. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
it'd be
you-
10 plus your dex.
Okay.
It's still definitely.
Then
hits.
I got hit. He was one short, and I lose one. I was at 13 with armor.
Well, that's all right. All right. Shift, you will take 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
And all right, Axel, you will get attacked again. This guy hasn't really been hit by anybody, so he'll continue with his normal target.
I hit him for 2.
Yes. You will take 2 points of damage as they kind of attack you with their claws.
Mhm.
And the other guys do some damage to pirates. Axel, it is your turn again.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jab at him again with the. I'm gonna turn around to this guy. You got a weapon I can use?
He'll hand you a dagger.
Would I be able to use it this turn?
Actually. Yeah.
Excellent.
And then he kind of runs around to get into
And-
position to help.
And when
Sorry,
he
I
hands me the
forgot about
dagger,
these
it's
guys.
very comfortable with me. It is my weapon of choice, and I flip it in the hands
Nice.
and don't miss. Does a 16 hit
16 will hit.
Nice.
for 6 damage.
For 6 damage.
Plunge that
Nice.
right over his back. Stop stabbing me.
Nice. All right. Shift.
Yeah, is that is that Kaldor right next to me?
Yes, he kind of moves up and takes the battle axe off his back.
I just kind of like reach out. I'm like, blade, 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 as I'm like going for an attack, seeing if he'll maybe hand me something. If not, going in with the claw. Kind of doing one of these maneuvers. If not, that's fine. I'll just keep this person
Yeah,
engaged.
he does not. He just gets ready to full on destroy this guy.
I do like a duck and like a claw up, and I'll try and hit him with that. Oh boy, that's rough. That's rough.
That will not hit.
That's fine. I'm just ducking and diving.
But you see,
Dodging.
as you kind of get the merfolk to dip and dodge, Kaldor comes up and... Ooh, real bad damage, but gets a nice little hit on this merfolk. Devore.
Yeah, I'm going to stab the one in front of me.
Nice.
With the dagger.
Yeah.
8.
That will not hit.
How does Axel look in health wise?
I'm not too bad.
You're fine then? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take my bonus action then. Oh wait,
Okay.
no, I am. I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Skizzles.
Who?
Dink.
Oh my god.
And I can use it for ability checks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about attack? For now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use Bardic Inspiration for attack. You just can't use it for damage.
Why is it? Hold on. There we go.
80 things on there. Okay. Yeah, so Dink, if you want to use it, if you look, it's really cool where it has Bardic Inspiration on chat. If you want to use it, you just have to click the D6 and it'll automatically roll the Bardic Inspiration for you.
That's cool.
Nice.
Pretty
helpful.
cool. Yeah, that's the D&D Beyond thing is pretty cool that way.
The
But
overlay.
yes. Dink, it is your turn.
I want to take the rapier again.
Okay. Go versus athletics again. Yeah, you know what? You think it might be just because the guy's slightly taller than you. You can't quite get a good grip on the rapier. But it is, you've got a close inspection to it. It is actually made out of coral reef. It is a very intricate looking rapier.
That's awesome.
That's dope.
Seifer.
Seifer, no ciphering.
I'm gonna move up to over here, and I don't know how to do this in combat, but I want to look directly into this person's eyes, and I guess use a maybe use my action to perceive what. I feel like I know this person.
Roll me an insight. And Axel, roll me. Roll me an insight as well. Yeah, Seifer, you're just not sure. Again, you think it might be just one of those faces, You might think you might know his brother, or some sort of. He just looks like somebody you know.
I'll look at him in his eyes, and I'll use the bonus action, Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
I feel like I know you.
The folk salvager is getting sick of this stupid little gnome trying to take
Wait,
his rapier from him.
does he not have an action, or was it all action perception?
Oh,
would
no,
prefer-
yeah. What else?
I would
would you like?
prefer if that's what you wanted me to do, I'll do it.
No, you're more than welcome to do something else if you want.
All right, I'm gonna use
Vicious mockery.
No, I'm gonna use Bane.
Are you sure you don't want me to get you a mouse?
Shut up. My button's destroyed from RuneScape from forever ago.
Please get him a mouse.
Is there a save with Bane?
Yes.
Okay, charisma save.
Ooh, that's interesting.
I figured I'd link it real quick. Nope. Sure didn't do it right. I'll get used to this.
Charisma saves. That's why everybody uses Bane.
Yep.
It's a weird save
Alright.
at low levels.
Charisma saves.
Yeah.
Not for our group, though.
Okay, we're
Well,
go.
Yeah,
We're
the other
almost-
way around. Us first then.
Merfolk on the top.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that one saves. That one saves. Okay, the only one I failed was the big guy.
Thank God.
The other ones did save. So Bane. After the creature's your choice, within range of creature zone, when a target fails a saving throw, make an attack roll saving throw for this. Well, as they must roll a d4 to subtract that.
Okay, I didn't hear anything you said.
I was kind of mumbling the spell to myself, just so I know. Okay. Okay, it is the salvager's turn. Yeah, he's sick of this stupid little gnome trying to take his weapon. So he is going to strike out, actually, with his hand. Try to attack you. Okay, we'll subtract D4 from this for Bane, but I still think an 18 hits you, Dink.
It hits my dink? Oh no.
Yeah, so please make a Constitution saving throw, Dink, as his his hand comes out, and you feel something kind of stab into your body, and you are paralyzed
Cool.
for 1 round. And take
Poor Dink.
Don't kill him! Don't kill him! Don't kill him!
and you take 5 points of damage.
That could have killed him. Holy crap!
And you
He's a
hear
hefty boy.
the merfolk shout orders in some merfolk-like language. And the other ones, they're still doing that. Yeah, Axel, that one is going to try to take you out because you've done quite a bit of damage to him. He didn't like that.
Rolo.
13.
That does hit me since I don't have armor on.
2 points of damage.
Okay.
Shift, the one is attacking you.
Oh man. Okay.
But I think an 8 will miss.
That will miss. Yeah.
Okay. The pirates do some stuff. This guy's going to take a little bit of damage.
Yeah. Hopefully the guys that actually have weapons will do something. Oy.
Okay. All right. Axel, roll me a perception check.
I'm rolling nice.
Okay. It is your turn, and you just kind of catch out of the corner of your eye the sea was rather calm this evening, and you see a giant wave kind of come in and hit the boat, and everybody feels the rock of the boat. But Axel, you felt like you saw something else in the water.
There's something else! I'm going to scream that. Obviously, I can't do that.
Okay. You're not sure what it is, but you felt like you saw maybe more of them under the water. You're not 100% sure, but it is your turn.
I'm just going to look over. And get back to it. Finish this guy in front of me so I can position myself better. So I'm going to go in for another attack with the dagger.
That one will fall
Mm-hmm.
as it kind of slithers back and falls off the ship dead.
What?
You killed it.
I
It's
missed.
dead. Oh,
was-
sorry.
was a nat
I took the perception as the
We
attack
can do
roll.
that.
It was a nat one. You're like, you killed him. You killed him on a nat
I
one.
can't raid.
Loudest nat one ever.
Right?
Got trolled and it actually worked.
You feel like if you would have hit it where you were aiming, it would have died, but you didn't. So
Going
it
for a
did.
swipe. Damn it.
Shift.
Oh man. Caldor's looking like he's got this. I'm going to. I will. I'll take the dodge action and just kind of like nod at him, like you got this, and just kind of like do one of these like. So I'll take the dodge action to try and
Right.
stay out of harm's way.
Okay, and you can roll me a perception as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. Wow.
That's three
Yeah,
nat
you're
ones,
like
like
bro.
real focused on dodging whatever attack's going to come at you.
Yep, that sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, so you're just kind of dodging for the round.
I'm quick on my feet. I'm gonna land on my feet. I got this. No problem.
Neal Devore, you can roll me a perception check as well.
Okay. Perception. What's that? 16.
Yeah, same kind of thing as that wave kind of rocks the boat a bit. You can kind of see something move under the water. Again, you're not quite sure if it's more merfolk or something else, but you know there's something else in the water around you.
Here comes more. And then I also shout, "Hey, Catman, how are you doing?" Is he hurt? Like, I can't hear you for some reason. You're not.
Oh yeah, I'm just dodging, dipping, diving. Dodging.
Okay. So I'm going to stab this, or I'm going to try to stab this lady in front of me because I missed last time. 22 hit,
Ooh, yeah.
Spicy boy.
7 damage.
Okay, and now, so like what had happened was between you and Axel, you guys went for like the same spots, but like your dagger got there before Axel's peg, and you
I have a
have the
dagger.
killing blow.
He has a
on the
dagger now.
merfolk.
Does the merfolk
the
have a
dagger.
rapier?
This one does not. These ones are just using their claws.
All right, so with my bonus action, I'm going to use my last spell, and I am going to Healing Ward. My last spell slot
Nice.
for 6 on shift.
Heck yeah.
Perfect. Dink,
There
roll me
you
a
go,
perception.
Catman.
I give you one of these, like in the air, like
Can he perceive while stunned?
Well, he can perceive while paralyzed. Doesn't
Okay.
like close his eyes. He just, if he's the one who sees it, isn't going to be able to tell anybody, which I think is really funny.
just the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah, you know, Dink, you're like in this motion of like, you know, kind of going towards the merfolk salvager, and just out of like the corner of your eye, kind of where the staircase is, you see like the tidbits of this huge tentacle kind of starting to grasp and come over the ship. And it's that doesn't look good, but you are kind of
Do it right. The high pitch, got it high pitch.
and kind of you come out of paralyzation at the end of your round. But Seifer, make me a perception check.
Oh no.
Still using my fucking keys. Oh, it says a little scrolly thing. Nice.
He's talking about his mouse.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of get a little disoriented from the rocking of the boat. But what are you doing?
Since my mage hand's out now, what is my telekinesis? Oh my god, I can't even speak. What's that shove do now?
It is a bonus action to use, and it does the same thing. So, like, if you cast Mage Hand and shove, pretty much takes up a round. But if you just have the Mage Hand out, you can shove as a bonus action.
So is it still out?
Yeah, whatever. As long as you haven't done another concentration spell, we'll do a. Let me see if I can find a.
Do I hear the rumbling where it's coming from?
You don't. All you felt was kind of the rock of the boat, the big wave, and some people shout that there's, more coming, is kind of what the consensus has been.
Would I be able to shove this dude as a bonus?
Yeah, you
Alright,
can
I'll
move
shove
your
him up.
hand 30 feet and
I think that's
attempt to
enough, right?
shove.
Oh my god, by point. I was busting out the hand.
Hold on.
It's like a fat kid's hand.
Holy shit.
And has definitely reached for cookies before.
Oh my god.
I hear something paralyzed.
Yeah, you can't laugh while you're paralyzed. Shush.
Well, he just came out of the paralyze, so.
Oh, nice.
I'll allow it.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, great. He's going to talk again.
Alright, you should. Do you have control over the hand now? Or did I?
No.
Did you hand it to him as an option?
I did.
Oh my god.
Whew.
Oh, I do. Or unless you're
There we
moving.
go.
Nope, that's me.
Oh, you should be able to move it now.
Oh, nice.
This is the greatest thing ever.
And you're going to shove, so then we are going to do opposed athletics. They don't exactly have high any of that, so 14 is what you have to beat to shove. Or is it a DC for that?
No, it's a DC 14.
That was a DC 14. Okay, well, they would have made it because they have the same.
I think it meets it beats, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll use vicious mockery on this guy.
Okay. I believe that's another save of some kind.
Yeah, let's bust that real quick.
Wisdom save, eh? What we got? They're not very wise. They're not.
Oh God.
Not very wise at all. Yeah. What do you vicious mockery at? Well, what do you say?
What's it look like?
It's kind of this almost 7 foot tall, merfolk looking guys wearing armor. He's got that really elegant sword. Seems to be in command.
You look intimidating. I've taken bigger shits than you. He actually looks pretty intimidating. I don't want to say too much. I'm here to be biased.
Like, I feel like just because it's only 2 points of damage,
It's not really that
you
bad.
look real intimidating. I've taken bigger shits than you. He's kind of scary.
No, wait.
You say that secondary thought out loud,
I got it.
Yeah, shit.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
Huh?
You eat
Real
shit for
broken
breakfast?
comments.
We
you
all
eat
heard you
pieces
say
of
that.
shit? Yeah.
The fuck?
The Salvager.
Yeah, when I saw it too, I'm like, it's not really that vicious.
Okay. A few things happen as these merfolk guys kind of look around. You guys feel the ship start to really rumble and rock back and forth. And out of this corner, right by this guy, and right by you, these 4 huge tentacles come flying out of the water. And I need everybody to make reflex saves as they slam down onto the ship. Dex, yeah. Sorry.
Dex saving throw.
Dex saves, yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Fuck.
Oh no!
Somebody's
Can
got
I use
something.
my bardic inspiration on that?
Yeah.
I would love to do that, please.
It's dexterity. Is that it's the same thing?
No, yours might actually have.
Do I still have one? I don't know. If
You
I
have a
do
plus
one or
4,
not.
so add 2 to that.
Well, I will tell you the save was 15.
Well, fuck.
So,
Never mind.
the
Doesn't
only
even matter.
person who looks like they make it is Seifer, which
Oh.
doesn't mean too much. What it means is that first the 4 tentacles come down and completely take this ship into 3 parts.
Oh no!
And
Jesus.
basically, those who failed the save get rocked so hard they are thrown across the ship and practically knocked out. Seifer, you're the only one who sees the next couple, moments until you eventually yourself get thrown from the ship. The tentacles take this ship in 3. The 2 ends kind of fold in and very quickly start sinking. You can see a halfling come running out of the captain's quarters, who you think is the captain. And as he turns and makes eye contact with you, more tentacles come up and again take this middle portion of the ship and just divide that in half. And within about 30 seconds of you kind of maneuvering yourself and trying to keep yourself steady, there is nothing left of the boat. And as you look down, there is just a kraken who is eating sailors. And eventually a tentacle comes up and just flings you out into the water, and everybody loses consciousness.
Oh no!
They're gonna say loses their life. I'm like, oh well, that was fun, guys.
No.
Yeah.
And I know you guys traditionally go a little bit longer, but we are going to call it at that cliffhanger for the
Ooh.
evening.
I actually kind
Alright.
of like the cliffhanger aspect.
As you guys get flung across the ocean in separate directions as the ship gets eaten by a kraken.
Oh no. Well, that's nice.
So I was the only one kind of like conscious on the way like down.
Yeah, so you're the only one who saw the captain and kind of got to watch the ship sink kind of thing as it took 2 or 3 of the tentacle coming down and splitting the rest of the ship for you to get thrown out and knocked unconscious by something.
So as I'm falling back, I see it. Oh no, it's eating our seed, man!
Woof.
But
Big
yes,
woof.